So let's talk about DC's Lanterns on HBO Max. I liked it. The first episode was good. Now I'm mad y'all ended the way y'all ended it because why wouldn't y'all give us more than one episode? How you gonna give us launch this premiere of this new series and only give us one episode? Everybody else, when they come back or they give us a new show, they at least drop 2 to 3 episodes. Y'all only give us one? What was that about? But actually, y'all, like I said, I really enjoyed it. So starting from the beginning, seeing John as a child, the whole thing with his dad and shooting that apple. Ooh, can I say shoot? That apple. Y'all don't think that'd be crazy. Shooting that apple off his head. There ain't no justifying it. Wrong. I don't care if he was smiling after the fact and hugged him and all that. No, none of that. But outside of that, getting to see John and Hal interact, it was definitely reminiscent for me, kind of like the Wonder Man and the Mandarin, their relationship a little bit. You got the older mentor and the younger student. So John is, at this current time, he's in tutelage. He's up under Hal to become the next Lantern in the event that Hal is no longer here. But Hal, he ain't really teaching all too good because he done jumped out the car and let him almost roll off the cliff. He ain't taught him how to fly. Then John gets this message from the ring from an older version of Hal telling John to give the new current Hal the message that it's hailing in wherever that place in Kentucky is. So John and Hal pull up. They get to investigate it and they know that there's some aliens around there. Well, Hal is certain that there are some aliens. And the sheriff, baby, she wasn't playing. She don't want to have none of their business, no Green Lantern business. But we find out the sheriff is connected to everybody else in the show. So in the attempt to find out information from this potential suspect that might be or may not be an alien, Hal gets himself arrested. He gets off because some fancy lawyer gets him off, which again, remember I told y'all the sheriff was connected? That's her husband. And his daddy spent $200,000 to get Hal out. Where'd they get that kind of money from? But I digress. But hold on. Before they got invited to the lawyer's dad, who is the sheriff's father-in-law's farmhouse for dinner, the night before at the bar, John got a little cozy with a little lady. Slept with the lady. Had themselves a good little time. Only to find out she the wife of the lawyer's daddy, the sheriff's father-in-law, so the sheriff's mother-in-law, and the grandma to their kid. Oh! What a tangle web they are weaving. Because he ain't know. I'ma just give him a little, great, because he ain't know. But she knew. And then want to act like everything casual, everything sweet. And I'm up here at your husband's house, y'all house, having dinner at the table, passing the bread, passing the mashed potatoes. Ooh, this a mess. Hold on, and another thing. Why does the grandma and the grandpa look so young? I was telling my friend, I get it. It's just acting and whatnot, but it was inconsistent for me because I'm looking at them and then looking over here at the kid and the wife and stuff. I'm like, they don't look old enough to have an adult child who's an accomplished attorney and married to the sheriff. So somebody that's the sheriff, because you can't just be the sheriff just walking out of cadet school or whatever they go to. And then they got like a 7-8-year-old boy, something like that too. They look good. The actors act, they look good. But I'm like, I'm not convinced y'all the age that y'all supposed to be to be somebody grandma and grandpa and to be as established as y'all are and for the kid to be as well. So through it all, Hal gets to interrogate this man who he believes is an alien, and he gets it out of him too, because the alien, he was like, start asking random questions about the football team and all this stuff like that, and then who the president is, and of course the man giving the information, he was like, that's how I know you're an alien, because you got all these specifics. But tell me about Harry Potter's. Tell me about Harry and the Potter. He didn't know who that was. Got him. And then that man was like, you know what? I'm going to blow this popsicle stand. And he did. Blew himself. He combusted himself. And then, of course, Hal jumped in with the ring to save most everybody, I guess, because it still blew a hole through the wall and all that stuff like that. But this was some insane stuff, because they fast forward us 10 more years, because the first time jump was 10. Started us off in 1996 when he was as a boy. Jumped 10 years to where all this happened. And now they fast forward us 10 more years. So now we're in 2026. And it's John pulling up in his little new truck with the sheriff. And she leads him back up to the same football stand. Because, hold on. This place in Kentucky, that same football field that they were at when they found the alien dude, that's where the lantern who gave Hal his ring, that's where he crashed at. So that's how he was like, there's mysterious forces at work here. There was no coincidence that he landed right there. So now we're back here in this same spot. 10 more years. And Hal is dead. Ooh! Hal is gone, y'all, and his ring is too. What is that about? So yeah, y'all, that's where they left us off. And I'm gonna rate this episode as an intro episode. I'm gonna give it 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. I'm gonna give it 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. They gave us a little background. They gave us some dynamic between Hal and John. And I feel like they set up the story to go further pretty well. So I'm excited to see what they got in store for us next. As always, if you made it this far, I appreciate you. Why don't you stick around and give me a follow? Leave a comment, let me know what you thought. And of course, like the video and share it. All right, bye.